It's Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's 125th birth anniversary, and there's an all-out political fight over his legacy in poll-bound Bengal. The TMC government is celebrating the day as Desh Nayak Divas. The centre has announced this day as Parakram Divas. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee paid tribute to Netaji at the Netaji Bhavan. Taking a jab at the BJP, Mamata said she doesn't understand Parakram, but Netaji was a Desh Premi and Rabindranath Tagore called him Desh Nayak. Let's listen to what Mamata is saying.
তিনি একজন দার্শনিক ছিলেন। তার চিন্তা থেকে যখন দেশ স্বাধীন হয়নি তখনই তিনি ইন্ডিয়ান ন্যাশনাল আর্মির কথা বলেছিলেন, প্ল্যানিং কমিশন তৈরির কথা বলেছিলেন, অনেক কথা বলেছিলেন। আজকে প্ল্যানিং কমিশনও তুলে দেওয়া হলো কেন আমরা জানি না। এর পেছনে কি কারণ? নেতাজিকে ভালোবাসবো আর প্ল্যানিং কমিশনটা তুলে দিয়ে আসবো, এটা হয় না। আমরা নির্বাচনী বছরে প্রোগ্রাম করি না, এই প্রোগ্রাম আমাদের প্রতি বছর হয়, আমরা প্রতি বছর পালন করি।
I want to take this across now to Indrajit Kundu, who's getting us all the latest updates on how the TMC is marking Netaji's birth anniversary. So you've already got Indrajit, Mamata Banerjee out there on the streets of Kolkata. She's visited the Netaji Bhavan. She's already firing one political salvo after another at the BJP.
Well, that's right, Akshita. You know, even as we speak right now, Mamata Banerjee has just reached about 2-3 minutes back. She paid floral tributes to the Netaji statue here at Shambazar, and now she's speaking. And just when she started speaking, she has already started, making a tirade against the central government, because she's saying, the central government does not really believe in the legacy and the kind of teachings that Netaji had given, what he had preached, because they're saying that Netaji was the one who floated the idea of a planning commission, and the Modi government is the one who has actually done away with the planning commission. She's saying that if you want to respect, if you want to honor Netaji, how is it that you can do it by completely putting the planning commission off? She's also saying that it is not for the first time that the Trinamool Congress government here is celebrating to honor Netaji's birthday. They do it every year, and not just in an election year, but she's accusing the BJP of indulging in politics over this, and they're doing a lot of fanfare, she says, on Netaji's birthday just because this is an election year. So you can see the message is very, very clear. At the very onset of this mega roadshow that Mamata Banerjee will be leading today, she has set the tone that the message is very clear. It's a political message that she wants to send out, that the BJP is trying to appropriate the legacy of Netaji, but on the other hand, what we do see, of course, is a bitter fight by both the political parties, the Trinamool and the BJP, to literally appropriate Netaji's legacy in a bid to reach out to the people of Bengal, because Netaji is such an iconic character. He is such an emotive issue. The very name of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose invokes such an emotion amongst Bengalis here in the state, that both the political parties think that in an election year, this is something that is going to give them electoral dividends. And therefore, they're going all out to celebrate and mark this occasion. They're saying they want to honor the legacy of Netaji. But of course, the ultimate agenda is very, very clear, and that is to woo voters on both sides of the divide.
Absolutely. And interestingly also, Indrajit, when we speak about the highlights of what Mamata said, she's responded to the central government, to the fact that, the centre has decided to commemorate Netaji's birth anniversary as Parakram Divas. The TMC saying it's Desh Nayak Divas. And she's responded to that also, saying, I don't understand what Parakram means.
That's right. She says that why Parakram doesn't make much of a sense as far as the Trinamool Congress is concerned. They're saying that, BJP is trying to somehow utilize this entire occasion. And therefore, the Trinamool Congress, of course, it's a long-stated policy of the Trinamool Congress. They have been demanding that January 23rd be observed as a national holiday. That demand has not been met by the central government so far. Successive governments have been appealed to, but that has not found any resonance. The Trinamool government also says the same thing about declassification, because a few years back, Akshita, you would remember, there was such a hue and cry about declassification of Netaji files. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose still remains a controversial figure, and successive governments have not declassified all the files that are available with the central government. So this year, just 2 days back, the Trinamool Congress once again reiterated their demand. They said that there is a book, a classified book called The History of the Indian National Army between 1942 and 1945. That book is with the Ministry of Defence because the Ministry of Defence published that book. They are saying that this is a very important piece of history, and if you really want to observe the day and honor the valor of Netaji, put this book out in public domain. That's Trinamool Congress's demand. That they are saying that the Modi government is all lip service, and that's the reason why they have not declassified some of the documents, while they are claiming that Mamata Banerjee has already declassified each and every document that is available with the state police archives. So, you understand this is complete one-upmanship as far as both the political parties are concerned in a mega high voltage election that's impending in the state in a few months from now.
And what's interesting is amid all of this political war, this fight over legacy, the bickering and whatnot, Indrajit, that roadshow that we're seeing is underway from Sham Bazaar to Mayor Road in Kolkata by Mamata Banerjee. After that, however, she's going to be at the Victoria Memorial where the Prime Minister is. So, besides all political differences, both parties, when it comes to the state and the central government at least, are coming together for one event. It will be interesting to see Mamata and Prime Minister Modi sharing the stage.
Well, absolutely. It would be very, very interesting. Mamata Banerjee has been invited. Bengal Governor Jagdeep Dhankar also has an invite to that program. It would be interesting to see if Mamata Banerjee visits Victoria Memorial and attends that program. And you can see, the preparation is at the last stage of this roadshow that Mamata Banerjee is going to lead. She's already here, and we can hear the conch shell being blown right now, because Mamata Banerjee, she had said that exactly at 12 o'clock, all households, people from every house should come out and play the conch shell, blow the conch shell as a mark of respect. It's a very Bengali traditional thing. So as a mark of respect for Netaji, because in Bengali households, women, especially in Hindu Bengali household, women blow the conch shell to usher in an auspicious occasion. It's blowed during a puja. And Mamata Banerjee trying to use all these symbolic, gestures to reach out to people on this very occasion. So the conch shell is being blown right now as a mark of respect and honor to Netaji, and at the same time, it starts the road show. So very soon you will see, we will be able to show you that Mamata Banerjee will be walking in this road show. The preparations are absolutely on. There is frantic activity as far as the Kolkata police officials are concerned. Huge police deployment and the entire way, because mind you, this is going to be a very, very long road show. We have covered a few Mamata Banerjee rallies, Akshita. We can tell you she walks very briskly. Her pace is unmatched at this age of hers, at 63, and she literally makes the entire administration, the entire police force run along with her. It's almost like a sprint. However, this is going to be a very, very long, march from North Calcutta's Sham Bazaar crossing here to Red Road, where there is another Netaji statue. This is about 10 kilometers, and we haven't seen in recent years that Mamata Banerjee embark on such a huge roadshow, Padayatra. So it's been very interesting. It's colorful as well. There are tableaus. There are a lot of musicians. There are bands that are playing. The police band would be playing some of the INA tunes. There will be a host of celebrities from the cultural fraternity of Bengal. So the West Bengal government truly trying to put up a grand show on this very occasion, and not leave any stone unturned to project this as one of the biggest events as far as the party is concerned and the government is concerned.
Indrajit, when you talk about Mamata's roadshow, you're telling us about how she walks so briskly. Those visuals will always remain with us of the endless campaigns she does. And much like her political style, the way she goes on these rallies, these campaigns, aggressive, in your face, and doesn't really hold back, full of energy. But Indrajit, the fact that you're saying that Mamata Banerjee hasn't held this kind of a rally in a long time clearly shows that the TMC isn't taking the BJP challenge lightly. They've decided to go all out as much as the BJP has.
Well, absolutely. As I said, this is going to be a mouth-watering contest as far as this year's West Bengal elections is concerned. Each and everything is now political in Bengal. Be it Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, be it the icons, be it, Rabindranath Tagore, be it Swami Vivekananda. You've seen it all in the past few months, in the past few weeks. We've seen Amit Shah visiting Vishwa Bharati University in Shantiniketan, paying tributes to Rabindranath Tagore. And soon after that, it was followed by Mamata Banerjee's roadshow in Shantiniketan. So rally, counter rally. The Trinamool is not leaving an inch to the BJP in this high voltage battle as BJP flows down leader after leader from Delhi and other parts. The Trinamool Congress is sharpening its attack on the BJP, saying that it's a party of outsiders. And, it can't get bigger than this today, of course, because Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of Bengal, out on the street today, running this, literally running this marathon rally of about 10 kilometers. And then, of course, you have Prime Minister Narendra Modi flying down to Kolkata today. So it can't get bigger than this. So this rally, of course, full of energy. And every year on January 23rd, Akshita, Netaji birthday is always a big deal as far as West Bengal is concerned. Because as we have been saying, Netaji is there in the hearts and minds of Bengalis. And there is a huge, huge emotional connection with Netaji. There are umpteen number of clubs, organizations, social organizations, which is named after Netaji. So therefore, Bengalis, for the Bengali fraternity in West Bengal, it's a very, very emotive issue. And that is exactly what makes him such an attraction for all political parties. And one last anecdote, while the Trinamool and the Mamata Banerjee government is celebrating this at Desh Nayak Divas, and the BJP and the central government has termed this at Parakram Divas, Netaji's own political party, the Forward Bloc, has been demanding that January 23rd be celebrated at Desh Prem Day. That somewhere has been forgotten completely.
Indrajit, you have quite a workout ahead of you to keep pace and keep up with Mamata's energetic roadshow there. I also want to understand from you, you've been telling us how Netaji's birth anniversary every single year is a big affair. It is something that's celebrated with great pride in Bengal. But do you see this kind of events, these kind of massive events, massive roadshows every year?
Well, Mamata Banerjee does celebrate this occasion every year because it's a formal West Bengal government program. So last few years, Netaji's birthday was celebrated in Darjeeling. Mamata Banerjee would be on a trip to Darjeeling where she would be paying homage to Netaji through a program where there will be cultural activities. But this is completely different. This is on a different scale altogether. But as I've been saying, Netaji's birthday is always a very, very big deal for people in Bengal. You have n number of programs across the state, in every neighborhood, in every para as they call it in Bangla, or small neighborhoods, where local clubs, cultural societies come together from very early in the morning. And there is also this tradition of playing the siren right at 12 noon to mark the exact time, as they say, of the birth of this great leader. So the siren is played, and that's the reason why West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that exactly at 12 noon, people should come out of their houses and blow the conch shell and try and show you the kind of enthusiasm that we already see on both sides of the road. Look at the amount of people who are already gathered outside. I will also ask my camera person to show how people are standing on their balconies and trying to catch a glimpse of West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and this entire road show. This is all about the people. This is all about these people who are standing on their balconies trying to catch a glimpse. Which way will they swing? What is their mood? Each and every political party and every leader is trying to move those voters, and they will be crucial. And therefore, this entire thing about Netaji's birthday becomes such an important stage for all political parties to send across some amount of message to the common masses of West Bengal.
That's right. And we're beaming live visuals of that massive roadshow. Look at the kind of crowds that have gathered. Mamata Banerjee is standing right in front there, accompanied by several senior leaders of the TMC as they're marching from Shambazar to Mayo Road in Kolkata. Usually this day, Netaji's birth anniversary, is always celebrated with a lot of in Bengal. Mamata Banerjee usually leads the celebrations, but after a long time we're really seeing her hit the streets like this, holding this kind of a massive roadshow. And have no doubt, while this is about Bengali pride, Bengali culture, it's also about the Bengal election. And this is the TMC's way of showing that they own, that Netaji's legacy is theirs. This legacy war is going to play out in the coming hours, because after this particular roadshow, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be landing in Kolkata for several events. And after that, you're going to be seeing Mamata Banerjee and the Prime Minister sharing stage after a long time for an event at Victoria Memorial to hail the legacy of Netaji. And that's what it really is about. It's about unity. It's about coming together. Amid all of this political bickering, the state and the centre will be sending out a message that they all are coming together to hail the legacy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. But you see, there are huge crowds that have gathered. Mamata Banerjee interacting with all the people who are also gathered on the sides of the roads, waving to them as she moves forward towards Mayo Road in Kolkata. You know, Indrajit, when we talk about this entire rally, this roadshow, there's a clear message, and the optics of it doesn't really, is not something that anyone can go about without noticing. It's the fact that Mamata Banerjee and the TMC wants to send out a message, and they've been doing this time and again, the narrative of insider versus outsider, referring to BJP as outsiders who don't understand Bengali culture, who don't know or neglect Bengali icons, and the TMC truly does soak up Bengali pride.
Well, exactly. That exactly is the message that Mamata Banerjee and the Trinamool Congress is out to give on the streets of Kolkata today. They want to, they have been continuously campaigning over the single issue of insider versus outsider, because they want to project BJP as a party of outsiders, someone who does not understand the cultural heritage of Bengal. She's talking about, you know, BJP leaders coming to Bengal and giving speeches in Hindi. They don't understand Bengali. So that has been made a lot of hue and cry about all these issues, minor issues, but they have been blown out, and they have been blown out with a specific agenda in mind, because of the Trinamool's propaganda and the narrative to project BJP as a party of outsiders, as a North Indian party, literally coming to take charge of Bengal and snatch Bengal away from her. The BJP, of course, on its part, desperately trying through these programs, like the way they are elaborately trying to celebrate, the central government is trying to celebrate Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's birthday, or for that matter, when Amit Shah comes and visits Shantiniketan, or he comes and visits, you know, Swami Vivekananda's ancestral house in North Calcutta. All that has happened in the recent few months. And that too is for a reason, because the BJP is trying to show the people of Bengal that they respect the cultural icons, the tallest of leaders from the state, and they're equally, you know, they're equally honoring them. So it's going to be a very, very interesting battle, a battle of perception as to which party is more closer to the Bengali identity. Mamata Banerjee, of course, does have a lead in that, and she knows that this is going to be her trump card, and that's the reason why, even though this is a government program, as I've been saying and showing you guys since morning, look what we can see all across us. These are all Trinamool Congress banners, Mamata Banerjee's photographs. This entire route has been completely, you know, wrapped in posters of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's image with Mamata Banerjee's photographs and Trinamool Congress flags. At the same time, at the venue where Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be attending a few programs at National Library, BJP supporters in a counter have put up BJP flags in and around that place. So make no mistake, whatever be the symbolism of these events, the message is very, very clear. Elections are around the corner, and they all want to send across one single message to the public that please vote for us. That's the message that they want to send.
And this is as much about Netaji's legacy. It's also a political rally, this roadshow that you're seeing, and the kind of crowds that we're seeing there, Indrajit. The TMC pulling all stops here. Hundreds of TMC workers have come together for this particular roadshow, and that shows that the TMC isn't taking the challenge from the BJP lightly in any way. At a time when you've got JP Nadda, Amit Shah landing in Bengal every month to hold these kind of roadshows, to hold these kind of rallies in different parts of Bengal, this is a message directly from Mamata Banerjee that they won't take that challenge lightly.
Well, absolutely. There is no question of taking the challenge lightly. And there is another very, very symbolic, gesture as far as the Trinamool's entire approach to this election is concerned. Because the Trinamool Congress, you can see the crowd. Akshita, I'll just ask my camera person to show. This is the kind of frenzy that Mamata Banerjee, look, there are kids there who have been brought here for cultural programs. As I said, January 23rd is a very, very big issue for each and every Bengali here in Bengal. It's celebrated with pomp and fervor, irrespective of political patronage. But this year, this has become a real political drama. Now, as far as Mamata Banerjee's this roadshow is concerned, as you mentioned, from BJP National President JP Nadda to Home Minister Amit Shah to Prime Minister Narendra Modi today, the BJP is sending each and every tallest possible leaders to Bengal to win this election. But as far as the Trinamool Congress is concerned, they know that their trump card and their captain and the entire team is Trinamool Congress Supremo Mamata Banerjee. And therefore she is leading from the front. It's Mamata Banerjee versus the rest as far as this fight against the BJP is concerned. And that's the reason why she has embarked on this journey, this roadshow, right in the heart of Kolkata, through this road called the Central Avenue. Trinamool Congress supporters, general people lining up on both sides of the road to catch a glimpse. So this is the kind of frenzy that she wants to create even before Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives here in Kolkata. She just wants to occupy the mindscape of people on this very auspicious occasion and to project herself as the sole leader and the tallest political leader of West Bengal.
Indrajit, how is the TMC reacting to the Prime Minister marking this day, as the centre calls it, Parakram Divas in Bengal?
Well, as I said, the Trinamool Congress says Mamata Banerjee has herself already explained this at her rally in Purulia. She said that it makes no sense to call this Parakram Divas, and therefore they're completely dismissing this entire announcement by the central government. And Mamata Banerjee, of course, has already taken the lead because, Akshita, you would remember, it was in November last year when Mamata Banerjee first held a press conference announcing her grand plans to celebrate the 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. She has made this huge committee, which is being led by Nobel laureates like Amartya Sen and Abhijit Banerjee, and the state government has announced that they will continue the celebrations for an entire year. So the 125th birth anniversary will be celebrated all through this year by the West Bengal government. And that announcement was made way ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement to observe this day as Parakram Divas.
In just a bit, but these are the live visuals that you can see. Indrajit, we lost your audio for a bit there because we can see that you're walking by all of those drummers. You can see that there's also a festive atmosphere as everyone's coming together to celebrate the legacy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Mamata Banerjee leading from the front. There's hundreds follow her in this massive roadshow. Something that Indrajit also mentioned. Look at the kind of energy. Mamata Banerjee, known of course for her roadshows, walks very, very briskly, covers that entire stretch of Sham Bazaar and up till Mayo Road in Kolkata. So this is happening in the heart of the city where hundreds of TMC workers have come together. People you see also lined up on the streets there, waving to Mamata Banerjee as she greets all the people gathered there. Festive atmosphere almost in the air there, Indrajit, as Bengalis are coming together to celebrate the legacy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose.
Well, very, very festive atmosphere. It's a Saturday morning. January 23rd, of course, is a state government holiday. So you would expect less crowd on the streets. The office-going crowd is not there. But what we can see, of course, is that people lining up the streets in large numbers, queuing up from their balconies, trying to capture a glimpse of Mamata Banerjee and record that on their mobile phone too. So you can see all these people across the barricade trying to catch a glimpse of Mamata Banerjee, and this is what she does. This is her charisma. So Mamata Banerjee uses her charisma in order to create a frenzy and swing things in her favor. That's her trademark style. She's always been a street fighter, and therefore she's out on the streets. That's where she's most comfortable. And the Trinamool Congress projecting this as a fight between Mamata Banerjee and the rest of the Trinamool Congress leadership in this battle royale, in this battle for Bengal. And nothing, of course, than and look at the crowd there. Across this 10-kilometer stretch, what we do, of course, see is that at several places, Trinamool Congress workers are lined up. They have made small little daises, and they're welcoming the Chief Minister and Trinamool Congress Supremo. And we can also see, you can see that poster there. If my camera person can show, it's written Bangla Janonetri Mamata Banerjee Swagatam. So they have put up posters across this route to welcome the Chief Minister. And another interesting bit, Akshita, of course, being that there is this bitter fight about, South Bengal and Kolkata. South Bengal and Kolkata, of course, is the stronghold of the Trinamool Congress, of the party. And the BJP will have to make a dent. If at all, they have to make any practical bid to oust Mamata Banerjee. And therefore, this entire show-off strength by Mamata Banerjee in South Kolkata, in fact, in South Bengal, and this message that she's trying to send by walking down the streets from South to Central Kolkata today.
Connection with Indrajit Kundu. He is taking us through what's happening at that roadshow, a 10-kilometer stretch that Mamata Banerjee is covering in this massive rally. Huge number of people who've gathered for this particular roadshow. You can see there hundreds of them with Mamata Banerjee. She's walking right in front, and brusquely behind her hundreds of TMC workers as well. Senior TMC leaders, all of them have joined Mamata Banerjee for this roadshow. This is a hugely politically significant rally, considering that we have months to go for the elections, and there is this all-out bickering and fight between the BJP and the TMC over Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's legacy. And on the occasion of his 125th birth anniversary, which is being celebrated as Desh Nayak Divas by the TMC, by the state government, and as Parakram Divas by the central government, you've got Mamata Banerjee holding this roadshow. And in a few hours from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be in Kolkata to pay his tribute to Netaji. Indrajit is back with us. Indrajit, we lost your connection there for a bit, but I also wanted to focus now on the governor's reaction. Governor Jagdeep Dhankar, interestingly, has chosen to question the TMC government. He is saying that it's not Desh Nayak Divas, and the central government has said that we should observe it as Parakram Divas. There is no need for politics.
Well, absolutely. The governor continuing with his stance as far as the West Bengal government is concerned, adversarial stance as far as the West Bengal government is concerned, because we've seen how ever since Governor Jagdeep Dhankar took over as the governor of the state, he has been continually lashing out at the Chief Minister and a Council of Ministers and the West Bengal government in general. So it does not come as a surprise that the governor will hit back at the state government over its own decision to celebrate the day as Desh Nayak Divas. Interestingly, Akshita, we were given to understand that Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was also invited at Raj Bhavan this morning when the governor paid his tribute to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and a portrait was inaugurated at Raj Bhavan. But we are given to understand that Chief Minister skipped that program because she was at Netaji Bhavan this morning for a few minutes and paid her respect and honor to the great leader at his birthplace. And she was also accompanied by Shugata Bose, who is the chief of the Netaji Research Bureau, which basically is in charge of upkeeping that entire Netaji Bhavan, and Shugata Bose, of course, is a former Trinamool Congress MP.
Right, and TMC also having this massive show of strength there, Indrajit, at a time when there have been a lot of questions about whether the party is a divided camp, because there have been a slew of revolts, a slew of rebellions that have hit the party. This is an attempt perhaps of Mamata Banerjee also to settle that debate with the senior TMC leaders, with some of the biggest leaders of the TMC all coming together on one platform to send out this message.
Yes, definitely, because you know, the only galvanizing force as far as the Trinamool Congress, a party like Trinamool Congress, a mass-based party, not a cadre-based party. The essential difference between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress is that the BJP is a very cadre-based party, so much discipline in the party. As far as the Trinamool Congress is concerned, it's all based on the charisma of the Supreme Leader, Mamata Banerjee. It's a mass-based party. Mamata Banerjee herself commands that kind of a respect and appeal amongst the people. That's the reason why you see so many people lining up on a Saturday, on a holiday, just to catch a glimpse of Mamata Banerjee. That's her charisma, and that's the USP of the party. And when Mamata Banerjee is out on the streets, she, as I said, that's the image that she has cultivated for over the years through her political career and political agitations. She is a street fighter. She belongs to the street. And every time there is an adversity, every time she's faced with a big challenge in her political career, it's the street from where she gets the inspiration and the energy. And therefore, once again, behind me, of course, Mamata Banerjee leading this Mammoth Roadshow. It's supposed to be a West Bengal government program, but by the looks of it, as I said, it almost, see here, Shastro Shati Prokalpe Rupokar, it's written. So if my camera person can show, I will show you these placards everywhere. These are all Trinamool Congress placards where Mamata Banerjee's achievements have been blown out on these placards and put up here. So make no mistake, look at these people who are standing here. They're all wearing and slogans in favor of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. So this is literally turned from a West Bengal government program on the face of it, but a Trinamool show of strength in Kolkata on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's birth anniversary.
Okay, Indrajit, just stay on with us. We're slipping into a very short break here on India Today. Our live coverage of Mamata's massive roadshow on the occasion of Netaji's 125th birth anniversary continues on the other side. Do stay with us here on India.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.